Hey there, and welcome back to the Virtual Cafe for another coffee convo about business finances. I'm your host, Kerry Zarb, and I am joined by Kim White. We invite you to join us at our table with your favourite brew. Let's pull up our chairs and get into today's episode. Come on, let's go. It's coffee time. Kim, welcome back to the Virtual Cafe.
Hi, Kerry.
Pretty exciting to be here. We've got a special conversation.
I'm super excited, Kerry, but I'm always excited when I'm with you.
Ditto. I think we have an absolute blast in our conversations, but today, Kim, we're going to be a little bit shorter than normal, maybe similar to Kerry's 5 foot nothing, and we want to quickly talk about what we're going to do for the next few episodes. And by the way, we don't know how many episodes that's going to be. We have a plan, but there's not a set plan. Like, I won't tell you it's going to be 10 episodes. I won't tell you it's going to be 20. Just going to see how this goes, Kim. But we want to talk about our feelings.
Ooh, Kerry, we're getting in deep now.
We are. And Kim, this came from a conversation you and I were having in another space in time about how people feel about finances.
Kerry, I think that feelings, I know that we like to stay away from feelings a lot of times, but I think they do make you feel a certain way if you're afraid of them or if you're having any kind of memory of you failing in your finances. Or there's so many things that we can talk about that I hope Kerry will help, because I know I have lots of feelings wrapped around them.
Well, Kim, I've got a lot of feelings about the feelings, and I've also got a lot of feelings from the past about my feelings with finances from the past that we're going to touch on. And I've also got feelings about other things these days that I experience. So we're here to talk to everyone and have these conversations with everyone over the next few episodes, just to say it out loud, because all of us have feelings, and it's not the, sissy woo-woo kind of space. It's not that let's sit around in a circle, hold hands and sing Kumbaya, but it is to be honest and real about finances and how people can feel about them and what can be stopping people in actually feeling successful, being successful with their business finances. And I think we're just going to talk about it, Kim.
In being a human, Kerry, that's natural that we have feels. I think that's the whole thing that we try to avoid sometimes. But our human hangs out. We might as well address it and say it out loud.
I think so, Kim, and I think we just probably don't want to hang around here too long today and drag this out, because there's going to be the next couple of weeks of episodes coming out with all of those pieces, and something might resonate with you. You never know. I know all of it's going to resonate with me because I've felt all of these things at different points in time, and like I said before, I feel that way about some things right now in my business that aren't business finances, because we are all human. We want to really kind of share with you guys that we're as human as you are. We've either had those feelings before, we might still have some of those feelings, and we're just here to be human together.
And Kerry, thank you for sharing your human, because I look at you and I know you're such a rock star, but thank you for sharing your human with me so that I can feel like human too. I don't have to hide that part.
And Kim, I think you've hit a really good point there, because I don't think anyone should hide their feelings. We don't have to go walking the streets and saying these things out loud, and we certainly don't need to tell our next door neighbour all of our, personal business. However, I think sometimes just to know that you're not alone and hear other people speak of how they feel, I think that just, I don't know, to me, that makes it feel better. If I resonate with someone else that's struggling with something that I'm struggling with, that's going to make me know that there is a little bit of hope out there and that there is options available, and it's okay to have those feelings.
It is definitely okay, and thank you, Kerry, for giving this space to be human, to talk about money, to talk about finances, and the fact that you really are our financial designer and you're human with us.
Well, Kim, I just want to say as well for anyone tuning in, if you haven't heard this before, I believe everyone can be their own financial designer. So that's the purpose of these conversations. That's the purpose of this show. This is why I feel like I do need to speak about the finances and say the things out loud, because I know everyone's got potential. And again, you know, some of it's a bit overwhelming and a little bit too much to take in. This is part of what we're going to break down over these coming episodes, of those feelings into that overwhelm as well, because I think we've all got the opportunity, Kim, and I want people to feel comfortable enough to go, you know what, I may not be a financial designer today, but at some point in the future I am going to be my own financial designer, and I'm going to take control of my money, and all power to it.
Clear in my calendar, Kerry, because I want to be here every week.
Well, Kim, I think we should get out of here now, and I will see you next week back in the virtual cafe.
Thank you, Kerry. I'll grab a coffee to go.
Oh, me too. Thanks, Kim. See you next week. Thanks for joining us in the virtual cafe. You can follow the show to be notified of future episodes, and if you're enjoying this podcast, we encourage you to leave a rating or personal review. Until next time, happy biz beans to you. No beings were harmed during the production of this podcast. Information contained in this podcast should be taken as general advice only, and your personal circumstances have not been taken into account. It is recommended that you seek financial advice from a professional who is licensed to do so. If you choose to act upon the general advice shared, you do so